So yeah, this is a region in the game called the Darkness, and right now I have a cheat on, so I am invisible to the creatures unless I like stab them or something. But there is a creature you can see walking around here, and you can only see it if you look out of the corner of your eyes. So if I'm looking at it directly, I'm not going to see it. So that one is entertaining to fight, and I call it the Tooth Fairy because it has, instead of eyeballs, there's teeth for the eyes. Let's see if I can get a good look at that. Nice and friendly.
That's not terrifying.
So now I'll just turn off invisible mode and we can see what happens. And I don't know what other creatures are around. This is not like super scripted or anything, so it could end very poorly. So you can like try and watch out for its footsteps and little puffs of dirt. And that's my smell power there, where if it's downwind of me, you can kind of see where it's coming from, the smell. That little red line is a debug thing because I'm in the editor. Yep. So then I got it, and then you can take a look at its corpse out of the corner of your eye. Nice little friendly face there. I think something else is coming. And you might see the tattoo on my hand flare up sometimes, and that's because I have this power called Tremors, where anytime anything is moving nearby, it'll light up.
Now, how far into the game would someone experience this?
This is about halfway. So it's like the third region of 6. And it gets a little weirder here, obviously. And you can be sneaky or not. Like if I'm walking on the dirt, that's quieter versus these rocks over here. See the sound meter on my bow will kick up. And there's something down there, so I can see more scent particles coming this way. And I could try and scout ahead with the spirit arrow. So something over there, but I can't quite see what it is. Or more than one thing, I don't know. That's regular wolf. I've got that guy. They are in like the first region, so they're no problem. Versus whatever else is out here. I think there's something over there.
Now, one of the things with the game is you have to be alert at the fact that in addition to hunting the monsters, you're also can be hunted. How important or what was the implementation like of making sure the monsters could actually track you? Like you talked about your scent being downwind and making sure you're away from them to being tracked. Like, what was that implementation like?
There's lots of custom stuff that I did where they don't just see me, but like these footsteps, those are little things that they actually perceive, and the smell system is custom. And clearly there's something here that's trying to murder me. But I can't see it. There it is. Run! And then as soon as it gets away from me, it's harder to see. So that one is like cloaked in fog. And I have a really far dodge jump like this because some of these creatures are really big and really fast. So being able to jump like that is really helpful.
As far as getting away, say you just you run out of arrows or anything like that. How far do you have to be for them to give up on the hunt?
It varies depending on the creature, but they'll often lose track of you. But if you're leaving footprints, they'll slowly follow those. So I just backed into where there was this magic power. So this one is a handy one. It's the water magic, so I can like shoot super fast or make my arrow cause something to bleed more. So I can switch to that magic type now. Find something to kill. And these gates here are like the safe points, where if I get there, I can lock in the energy from the creatures that I've killed, if I make it. if I die, I'll drop it where I was at. Sort of like a light Dark Souls approach. And this area has like some creatures that it took one tester like a good 5 hours to even figure out what one of the creatures was. Even though it ended up right next to them a whole bunch of times.
Oh, they just kept getting basically stalked by it.
Yeah, there's some interesting behaviors. Basically, I didn't want just like you reskins on everything. I want them all to act in different ways. So there's some things that you might not expect.
Now, how did you determine how the creatures act? Did you go strictly based off folklore, or was there kind of an idea of, you know, just creative freedom, I guess?
That's kind of like how I helped pick them from folklore, is I didn't want just ones that looked different, but I also thought about how it would work gameplay-wise. And your regular arrows can catch on fire if you put them into fires like this. So that can be useful to like put it on the ground and help light your arrows on fire. Maybe I'll use my magic.
In total, how many different arrow types and spells are there to attack or to utilize?
It's like what 5 elements basically. So for the magic.
Yeah.
So there's 5 magic powers. There's like 4 different arrow types. But then there's all sorts of other items you can find, like bigger quivers, better bows. I'm running because there was a giant goat guy over there. It's very likely I die here now.
Goat man looks like the devil.
Yeah, that one is basically the devil. It's like fire is coming out where it walks. So this arrow is not going to do anything to him, I'm pretty sure. And some things can throw you pretty far, so it's useful when you get like your teleport power.
Mm-hmm.
Think I can take him in hand-to-hand combat?
I'm gonna guess no.
So sometimes you want to just avoid a creature until you can get more equipment. So that's what happens. And then it'll send me back to the safe area, right, where I can like restock my equipment and level up. And this area also fills up with stuff as you kill things. So I sort of cheated, so there's only a few things here. But, like, see, I killed the wolf, right? So I get a journal entry, and you can read about it. And as you collect your powers, like, briefly cheat here. Boom. You see how it'll start to fill up with more and more creatures.
And if you're playing the game, say you're interested in picking up the Access Unseen, what is the ultimate end game? What is the goal through it all for those who are just learning about it?
So it starts with like this intro set to heavy metal, and you find out that you were one of this like village of hunters, and everybody there gets killed, and you end up traveling to this world. And I'm fast traveling basically to the start of the game to show you where you end up in this world, and eventually you're trying to get to this mountain that's in the middle of everything, at the top of stuff. And if you get there, you'll find out what happens, and depending on how you play the game, there's a few different endings. Normally the loading times are not this long, by the way, and I'm in the editor. Normally it's a couple of seconds. But here, let me grab some energy. But that big mountain there, it's about 2 miles tall, and you end up getting to there by traveling all around this world through the 6 different regions to that. So that's your end goal. And you can find lots of journals along the way to find out what it was like for people in this place. Like, there's one right over here, actually. So There's like 25,000 words or so of journals that you can read if you want to find out more about the place, and some environmental storytelling, little locations to find. But it is more open. It's not going to get like, oh, you have a quest to go collect 3 werewolf pelts. It's not really that kind of game. It's more about the hunting.
It leaves to your imagination of what you want to do and when you want to do it.
Yeah, I'd put it much closer to things like Shadow of the Colossus vibe-wise than like a grindy MMO type thing.
Well, this has been absolutely fantastic to see. The Axis Unseen available October 22nd on Steam and Epic Games Store. It launches, if you're watching this after the fact, go check it out, go pick it up. If you're watching this before the game launches, check out the demo on Steam, wishlist the game.